Hello everyone and welcome to Selamat Hari Merdeka. As I
Hello
see people
everyone, Selamat Hari Merdeka.
yes, so excited for Merdeka today actually. Yeah, hello everyone, welcome to Me and I live stream. It's a weekly web series and today is an exciting topic that we have, which is my gift to Malaysia, things I do for my country. And before we begin, what is this whole topic is about? I know everyone is really still celebrating and very excited about Merdeka. So let's ask Basala, what is me and I? Because I'm very interested in her explanation. Every week she has a different explanation about me and I. So Basala, what is me and I?
Me and I is a weekly web series, or like you can say mini workshops that gets you to see the deeper meaning of things. Like today, we're going to see the deeper meaning of things. And as you can see, I'm wearing sari today lah, because I'm so we had a Merdeka party earlier. Okay, a party means we just came together and we dressed whatever we wanted to dress, and so I wore a sari, and Caroline was there in this party too. So they were playing all the Malaysian games we play in school, which was the rubber lepat on the rubber kind of game. Yes, yes, and all these things, and then Caroline began to sing all these patriotic songs, and she had a group of people. Suddenly, there's a choir who came, but it was very fun. It was very fun, and so I'm still in my sari because I was thinking like, let's expand this to the Me and I audience today. So hi,
Yes,
welcome. How's your Merdeka Day? You can let us put in the chat what you've been doing the Merdeka Day.
yes, please do put in the chat what have you been doing in Merdeka Day. So I share a bit more actually. Until I need to stop myself from the singing in the choir Wasala for me to come back and prepare for the hosting. If not, I think I will continue and with the whole choir of people
Yep,
singing Malaysian song.
yep. Yes.
So it gets so
If you want
exciting.
Caroline to sing, you can ask her to sing. She will start singing. But she needs the choir to join in. Yes.
Yes, then only it's fun because everyone is in the Merdeka spirit. Then only I feel it's fun. If I'm alone singing it, it's just for just me alone. I don't think so. I will enjoy it so much.
Before I went for this party, I went to my parents' place. So they asked me, why you in a sari? So I said, simply lah. So it's like there's no real reason for it or anything, but it's just that when you dress up or when you do whatever it makes you happy, like you sing the songs and all, it just makes you celebrate Merdeka in your own way, and
Yeah,
you feel
yeah,
it.
yeah. I think Wasala, we still feel the vibes of the National Day celebration. Okay, so actually I want to play a game with everyone. So this game is what it's a Malaysian thing, Only if you're Malaysian, you would definitely gel with this thing. So shall we? Shall we, Masala? Ready?
Yes, let's
Okay.
go.
From the
I've been
top of your
doing it
head.
since 2 o'clock now. We can continue some more. Yes, bring it on.
Okay, from the top of your head first, from the top of your mind, what is the most Malaysian thing for you?
For me, nasi lemak.
Yes. When people go overseas, people come back, it's nasi lemak. Yeah.
Every time I see nasi lemak, I will still eat this nasi lemak. I don't really like nasi lemak that much, but I'll still eat it. So it's just programming. I'll like, oh, must eat. There's one time, every time Ramya used to go out with me often, and she'll say that every time a buffet, you eat nasi lemak. Uh, don't know why.
Okay, so anyone else has something on the top of your head? What is the Malaysian thing, very Malaysian thing? You just type down in the chat box. We'll check it out a bit later. So what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna show a series of the Malaysian thing. If you agree to it, please do put some, I don't know, laughing emoji in the chat box itself. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
How many of us here
Gustan,
would say
gustan,
ghost stunning? Yes,
gustan,
ghost
gustan.
stun. Ghost
Okay.
stun. But the
I still
actual
don't know
word,
where the word
my,
came from.
my English teacher said the actual word is actually go astern. It become ghost stun.
Oh,
So I'm like,
oh,
oh.
okay.
Only in
Gustan.
Malaysia.
Yes. Someone you don't understand means they'll shout louder at you. Gustan kan. Ah.
Yes, and they will show you that the sign go stand, go stand. Okay. The next one. The next one is something got to do with timekeeping. Timekeeping. So if you can guess what it is, I don't need guess. I just show you
On
lah.
the way, on the way.
On the way, on the way. Yeah, tada! Where are you?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
Well,
yes. On the way, on the way. Yes, correct, correct.
yeah, constantly on the way, but actually still in the house. Or I say I'm in the lift, but I'm actually locking the door. Sampai
On the way. Still actually not on the way yet.
Yeah, a Malaysian thing. Okay, the third one will be something. This is only in Malaysia. Well, whoever, any Westerners come here, any international tourists come here and they stay for like 1 week or 1 month, they will start using it too. It's a language, it's a lingo.
I know
You want
what
to
it
give it a
is.
guess?
Lah. Boleh lah.
Ah, la, ta-da-da.
Boleh
Wait,
lah. And kan suit for everything. Yes, correct, correct lah.
boleh lah
Correct lah.
kan? Kan? It's just a
Yes,
different tone that you use it.
yes, yes.
La.
I know a foreigner who used to, he's trying to adapt to the local way lah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been in Malaysia for a long time. So he will say, boleh lah. So I told him there's no space. It's not an afterthought lah. Okay. So it's like, yeah.
But you
Yep.
use it in the wrong tone, right? It will become something either confused or something offending.
when
Macam tu
when
lah.
when I did not when it can be mocking. Okay. When I was I mean when I was just dealing with Malaysians only, I didn't know this was even I didn't know I was saying it or Malaysians say it. Only when I start speaking to people outside of Malaysia, when I start mixing with them, then I realized no one speaks English with a la. It's like oh, can lah. Then that's when I realized no one says can lah except for us here only. Okay, for us here can lah. Okay lah, no can lah. I'll look at it lah. Okay, everything else we got la one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like to use the lingo kan asking question or macam tu kan. So some of them who are from a different state than I am will ask me like, what kan with you? Okay, the next one. Let's see what's the next. This one. Masalah. This one's very funny. Question is a question. You go around, you ask this kind of question. All of us will do it unconsciously, I guess, or subconsciously. So this is it. Asking the obvious question.
Okay, beli barang ke tu? Okay. Yes, yes,
Why you
yes.
do this? It's so weird.
Yeah. You go to a restaurant and you see people eating. You see your friend eating. You say, oh, tengah makan ke? Oh, dah makan. Yes. Tengah makan ke? And it's like, yes, yes, yes. Ask the obvious one. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
there's
Correct.
many memes or videos came up like people tengah siram pokok or something like that. They will say, oh tengah siram pokok. Tak adalah tengah mandi kat luar. They will
It's
reply
actually the way of starting small talk. Many countries outside of Malaysia, they have different weathers. I mean, Malaysia is a tropical country, but in when you have 4 seasons and all, a lot of times they'll talk about the weather. So their small talk is talking about the weather. Since our weather all the times are almost the same, you cannot say, oh, hujan hari ni, tak hujan ni. So it's not such a interesting topic. So we will try to start small conversation like this lah by asking the obvious question. Actually, we just want to start a conversation.
Interesting. Okay, and this is the last one. What is the thing that every household have? What's the thing that every household have, Masalah?
You cannot ask me. I already know the answer.
You already know answer. Okay. Anyone else?
But you can ask them. You can ask them. What
Yeah.
is the thing that every household has? How every Malaysian household will have this?
Yes, I saw Anthony saying hi to us. Anthony, can let us know what is the thing that every household have? There's three
Every
main
Malaysian
things.
household has. I still
Yes.
don't know now. Okay, Steven says what a very Malaysian thing is using all three languages when ordering food at the mama stall.
True.
Boleh tapau, tiga roti canai. What brother?
Yeah.
Something like that. Will say yes, yes, correct,
Tiga,
correct.
tiga.
Batu lesung. Anthony says batu lesung. Correct, correct.
Batu
Batu lesung. Correct. correct.
Okay. Shall
What
I
other
reveal the
things?
answer?
Yes, yes, reveal the answer.
Ta-da!
I thought so. It was Milo. Milo, Maggie, and Nescafe. Yes, correct, correct,
I have
correct.
all three in my house.
Yes, Milo. I lately decided not to buy it, but every time I see the Milo, should I buy? Should I not? Should I buy? Should I now? Yes, correct, correct. Yes, all three were
And
there. Yes,
yeah, and this Milo truck that we can see next to it is something that I don't know, during my school times, right? This is something that we will say, oh, Milo truck. Everyone will know Milo truck, no matter which state you're from.
correct. Everyone will know that. My school time also got now. I think during the Merdeka Raptai today they had Milo truck there. It was so Malaysian. It was had there, and lately we gave a talk in one of these multinational companies. It was their employees engagement day, and they had Milo truck there. And
Yes.
before we even go to the lobby and register ourselves, we all go take Milo first. Queue up for the Milo truck first. Everybody queue up for the Milo truck. So it's like some things never changed in school days.
Yes, you keep going again and again. From primary to high school, you still do it.
The Milo from the
Okay.
Milo truck, it tastes different.
Actually, true. True. It tastes like so much more refreshing, so much more love.
It's the milk, is the way they mix it, I think.
Ah, okay. So that is our very Malaysian thing, Malaysian game. So that now move into our topic, my gift to Malaysia, things I do for my country. So Basila, what are we going to talk about? What is it that what is
See,
it that we are talking
a
about
lot
today?
of times we only look at National Day, okay, but every day we're actually doing things for ourselves, which reflects us to make Malaysia proud. So let me give you examples. I'm not a very patriotic person, and I didn't really think I know I love Malaysia so much or what. I wasn't like that. Okay, but when I went overseas, when there was a time that I used to spend a lot of time overseas. So I'll usually go out on Monday. I'll come back on Friday. So almost a whole week I'm outside. But when I come back and they say Selamat datang ke Malaysia, it's such a nice feeling. It's like you coming home. That's when I realized how much this is my home. Okay, it's like wherever I go, it's like I got limited space period. I need to come back here. Okay, so I need to come back to my son. And I also have my friends who have migrated there, now become citizens of different countries. But when they come back here to visit, the Malaysian in them is still there. One of the things my friend used to say is, here can wear slipper. There I cannot wear slipper. I said, why you can wear slipper? He said, cold lah.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
So yeah, can wear slipper, can wear shorts, all that. Like, oh, okay. They're very cold. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so it's the food, it's our it's just something very profound for anyone about their country, wherever they are, and for Malaysians is that at different age it means different things. I can't remember how I made Malaysia proud when I was a student. I wasn't thinking so much of that, but if you win anything in peringkat negara, sorry, peringkat internationally, you win something, you make Malaysia proud. But on a smaller scale, like when I was working, right, I work in a multinational organization. So there are times we do things that makes you stand out. And because you're from Malaysia, it makes Malaysia stand out. It gives a very good impression of Malaysia. Okay, I didn't purposely do this for Malaysia, but just because I am doing something that is noteworthy, or it achieve a success, or it's like a certain praise, the praise indirectly goes to your country too. So that's
Yes.
that's one of it. So I ask you back, Caroline, what are the things that you did to make Malaysia proud? And you guys can put it in the chat box. So all of us did. It's not like we some of you all go for marching. Okay, that's nice. But if you ask me, the marching, the today afternoon we had this Merdeka party is just for us to celebrate. We just
Yeah.
having fun. We just celebrating the day. And if you see this morning, you got up already, you feel like Merdeka already. You can hear the jets actually, practicing
Yeah.
and all. You can hear that, but you already, even before anything, before watching anything, you already feel the vibes. Okay,
Yes.
but none of us actually know a war. except for baby boomers, most of us actually don't know a war. Our country has always been Merdeka since we're born. So it has no more. If you see, we're not really celebrating independence because we've always had independence, but we are just celebrating the nationalistic feeling,
Mm.
the feeling of being Malaysian. That is just our celebration. But in a daily work, daily life, daily things you do things that makes Malaysia proud. That is your gift to Malaysia. What is your gift, Caroline?
Yes, I'm curious about the comments actually that's coming in. But I think I was also I think right for me is being a happy citizen. So like people come in to Malaysia, you interact with tourists, you interact with people, right? And people think that you're easygoing, you are happy. That oh, Malaysia is a very nice place. It's a very muhibah place to stay with, to stay
Very
at.
helpful. That reminds me. I used to in my early years of working. I used to be involved in this this switch over of system. So they were doing
Mm,
computerizations and all, and the people who were doing it, they were the consultants were actually from India. So they
mm-hmm,
came here and they stayed. And that time I was very young. I was still in my 20s. So it's not like I've been out of the country so much. So I just assume whatever we do here, somehow I'm of Indian origin. Okay. So I just assume that whatever I do, they will resonate well with people from India. Only then later I realized, oh, it's not true. Like, for example, right, they say they're vegetarian. So I take
mm.
them to a Chinese vegetarian shop because for me, if you vegetarian, okay, I take you to Chinese vegetarian shop, okay. But when I see all their faces, they cannot understand they cannot eat tofu. They never don't have tofu. They never eat tofu before. So I'm like, oh, then what do you eat? Because for me, vegetarian is tofu. So then they were like, no, we eat paneer, we eat this. So you can see even their diet is very different from ours.
Mm.
So then I realized that, and I also realized that another thing I realized, like for me to be Malaysian is to take care of them lah. That means when foreigners come to our country, we take care of them lah, and we so later I realized, oh, for them vegetarian means must be Indian shop, that also must be certain kind of Indian shop that has this kind of food. Oh, okay, then I know lah, okay, that. But taking care of them, sometimes showing them around Malaysia or a little bit of shopping, all this will basically leave a very nice impression of the experience they have here. And that's
How
why they say
about
Malaysians very kind, very friendly. A lot of foreigners who work here, right, end up staying here. That's why they came up with Malaysia, your second home.
mm,
So a lot of
very
my ex bosses who were foreigners and all, after they retired, they ended up staying in Malaysia. They chose Malaysia as their home. Lah. One is also they give a lot of incentive for the people who are retiring here. So sometimes it's more affordable to live here. But I think a lot of things also got to do with the weather and mostly the people. So we're just very friendly lah, and they make their friends here and all. So it's a friendly thing. You're going to ask me something, Caroline.
yeah. Masa, this one you mentioned about your experience with people from overseas. Okay, how about Malaysian among Malaysian themselves? What is
Meaning,
the thing that how can we be more Malaysian lah? I mean more muhibah in our society.
Malaysian among Malaysian is you cannot be more Malaysian because you're just Malaysian. This is how we are. If you really want to see how Malaysians are with Malaysia, other Malaysians, right, you must go to a foreign country. So when you're overseas, you meet another Malaysian. That's when you will see how this Malaysian is very. So they will be very welcoming. They like to talk about all these things. They will take you to the Malaysian shop. So it's like you can see that. But in our own country, it's our lifestyle.
Mm.
So it's there's no such thing as being more Malaysian. Lah. We're just how we are. Give you another funny story. So my parents were saying, oh, must go to India, must live in India. This was few years back, lah. So we were supposed to go for a 2 weeks holiday in India. So they said, oh, must go to India because my parents are baby boomers. Their parents are actually from India. So that thing still terbawa-bawa in their programming lah. So but they are Malaysians, no, but they are Malaysians. So they say, oh, must live in India. We just kept okay, lah, whatever, lah, you all okay, fine. So they went there. The first few days, they were like, oh, such nice, because the food in India, of course, is the dosa and all is much nicer than in Malaysia lah. Okay, but after about 1 week, can see that we miss our Malaysian variety of food. Okay, so they ask them want to go out, never mind, we eat Maggie. They don't want to go out already. Let us eat some pizza already. By the time the 1.5 week, they want to come back already. So I say, you all cannot stay in India. Like, you're not Indian, like, you're Malaysian. Like, you cannot stay. It's like, because when you are in a foreign country, all the rules are different. The history is different. The how to say, the communication, the understanding, the underlying bonding is different. Whereas if you are here in this country, it's we are naturally bonded. Okay, let's say we are multiracial. Okay, but we actually very muhiba together. We also very racist together. But that's the that's
But
the
are
way
we
we.
truthful or not? Are we truthful with each other or not?
I think we are quite truthful. We, as a society, we are actually very, we know, I won't say accepting, we just okay with each other one. We are truthful, so it's like it's you just have to be yourself, and you will see that naturally it bonds very well. So I was talking to somebody earlier. She said she's going for a silat class. So what would you think? Okay, silat class, all Malays doing some silat or something like that. Then I asked her, who is this instructor? Then she mentioned a name. Then I said, Indian guy, is it? She said, yeah. And she's a Chinese girl. So I'm
Oh,
like, so Chinese girl, silat teacher is a Indian guy. Then I asked her, so your class all, she said, oh, Malay, Chinese, Indian. So it's naturally, we already do things naturally already assimilated well, because we have been here many generations already. So
it feels
actually, you
like
don't need a slogan and all. We just very connected actually. You'll only realize how connected you are when you're overseas, because that's the only time you really feel like a foreigner, and you see another Malaysian, you're very happy on. Okay, so this is one of it. Uh, Coming back to making Malaysia proud, I think like now, like how my own this is my own contribution now. It may not be my personal contribution, but one of the thing is like Kira. She won the Icon Award last month. This is a Malaysian winning an award in the US. Suddenly, everybody know about Malaysia. The songs she sings, the background and all, it is not a Malay song. It is not Malaysian cultural, but it introduces Malaysian as it is right now, our lifestyle. Okay, that's one example. Another one is Ascendants. They are also an international movement. So all this, and if you see, Ascendants is working with Wharton School. They are fascinated with Ascendants. How is it this youth movement can do so many things, can work with so many youngsters? How these youngsters all coming and asking this kind of questions and all, which is now opening the window to Malaysia. So the world can now peep in and see, oh, this is what happening in the youth of Malaysia. This is what's happening in the lifestyle of Malaysians. Oh, so smart, huh? So young, can think so much, can ask so many questions. So if you ask me, all these are things that makes Malaysian proud. So everything you guys are doing, the little things in your life, when you follow your heart, you are successful. But it also reflects the country you are in. That's the deeper
that's
meaning of being patriotic, lah. That's the deeper meaning of the gift that you give Malaysia.
very, very, very deep. Something that we can bring every day.
So,
Whatever that we're doing every day.
so you are patriotic. You want to do the best for your country. Just follow your heart and do the best in everything you do, because you are the role model of your country. You do something wrong, also you kena what Malaysians are, this Malaysian stupid fellas also you also kena lah. Okay, so it's like you represent the country in your work, in your daily life. It's not just in sports activity or in a singing competition, not just that, but in everything you do. And I feel with the current, with the recent pandemic and the globalization, the technology that's coming up, the world is becoming a very small place. Okay, I was just telling, I was talking to my father just now, lunchtime, and I was asking him about Merdeka time. See, 1957, when there was Merdeka time, there's no internet, there's no handphones. Then we were asking, there was very limited people got television also. Then we asked him, how you know? He said newspaper and radio. So the communication is very limited. And before his parents' time, cars also not everybody got car. And before that, you want to go to one location to another, you have to physically go, so you must walk. So it's the communication and connectivity is now in the last 100 years have become so close. And the last 2 years and the years that's coming out, it'll become like one planet. So your opportunity to make Malaysia proud is just you doing the best in what you're doing. Because all of us will represent Malaysia in one way or another. Because all of us will be working with people globally. Our friends, our classmates. In time, very quickly, not I already see Hira, Harsha, Sana doing this. They are here in Malaysia. They are studying in the US, and or they studying in the Canada, and their classmates are people from the US, people from all around the world. Like Hira's classmates are people from all around the world. Their issues now is, oh, you all only think of the US time zone. What about people not in the other time zone? That's an issue for them because now they got people from all over the world. So, like Hira, whatever she does in her class represent Malaysia because that's their window into this country. So, in things that you study, some of you will be studying in a global class. Some of you will be working in a global environment. Some of them I know are working in companies that have clients in the US. So it's like so you being you, doing your best will actually make your country proud. So those days, Wakil Malaysia is only those who uh, win the Olympics or win in some singing competitions. But in future, Wakil Malaysia is you in whatever platform you are in. Make sense?
Makes sense. Also, our thoughts is also very important, like what we think about Malaysia, right? Wasala.
See, our thoughts are very very powerful. An individual's thought is very powerful. Okay, but when this thought becomes collective, it becomes more powerful because it's a combined thoughts. So a thought of a family is important because it's more powerful. Let's say this family got five people's thoughts, all five negative, one floor negative, you make everybody negative, okay, negative already. Okay, and the family will go downhill lah. But let's say all of them are very positive, you will grow in all areas very nicely. But imagine the whole country, the thoughts are aligned. Imagine the whole country, the thoughts are focused on growth, on maybe being the best on something. And that is the biggest or the first part of transformation, the collective thoughts of the nation. If any leader comes in and he can collectively harmonize the thoughts of the Malaysians, then only he can champion it to grow. Because it starts with the thoughts first. So your leaders are important because they are the inspiration figure, right?
Lost for
Okay.
words.
The
Okay.
thoughts are very
Well,
powerful. Thoughts of a country, people in the country combined is very powerful.
I really lost for words because I cannot imagine what you not cannot. I really want to imagine what you actually just mentioned. I believe everyone who is watching also feels the
See,
same again.
see, just one day I tell you, like just take today for example. Today is National Day. It's not like we all know what how it is to be Jaja and all. We don't know. But we know it's proud to be Malaysian. I'm proud to be Malaysian. That is what you we got up and felt that Merdeka feeling. Because some of you didn't even know it's National Day. It's Merdeka Day. But then you shortly you see it and say, oh, no wonder it feels like this. It's just not a public holiday. It's a public holiday where I celebrate being Malaysian.
Beautiful.
So if you just continue this with pride in the things that you do your best, things will change as more and more people start thinking like that. So you can't change the collective country unless you have become the prime minister, which you can also, or the ruling government can also, if that's what you want. If not, just do your best. You will influence your circle. Be happy. Do your best. Follow your heart. Impact the people around you. When this happens, you will spread your circle of influence. So you start there first, lah, and that grows bigger and bigger and it influences. So I shall leave you all with that thought.
So is that the closing? Okay, Selamat Hari Merdeka everyone then.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Selamat Hari Merdeka. Enjoy your Merdeka Day and continue being the proud Malaysian you are. Thank you. Bye, everyone. See you all next week. Bye,
Bye.
Caroline.